The title of today's lesson is Like Terms. And this lesson should be something that you are familiar with from 7th grade math towards probably the end of the year. The first thing we need to do is define a term. A term can be a number. A term can be a variable. Or a term can be a number with a variable. But we're not done yet. It can be a number, a variable, a number with a variable that is separated by adding or subtracting. That is separated by adding or subtracting. So above where it says number, we could put -4. -4 can be considered a term. A variable. Oh, how about P? P is a letter. A letter can be a variable that represents a number in math. Or you could have a number with a variable like 5y. All three of those are examples of terms by themselves. The next vocabulary word here is coefficient. You're going to hear me say this word a lot over the next month. I want you to learn what a coefficient is. Vocabulary is very important. A coefficient is the number part of a term. The number part of a term. So I'm going to give you a term, and we're going to show what the coefficient is. So if I give the term 7x squared, this term is an example of a number with a variable to a power. If I asked you what the coefficient of 7x squared would be, and the definition of coefficient is the number part of a term, the answer is, and I'm going to write coefficient here because I'm not here in person with you. The coefficient is 7 because 7 is the number part of a term. Let's do another one. -m. -m often confuses students because they don't see a number. However, if you recall something you learned from last year, if you have an m, you ask yourself, how many m's is that? That's 1. However, this says -m. So the coefficient, think to yourself what it would be. The coefficient of -m is -1. So let's put some examples of like terms and unlike terms in your notes. Make sure you know what they are. Before we do, let's put a definition. Like terms must have two things to be like. They must have the same variable, and those variables they have must have the same power. A power is an exponent if you weren't sure. Did I spell it right? Yes. So an example of like terms could be 6p, 11p. Those are like terms because they both have the variable of p. Another example could be -22xy squared and 14xy squared. Now those are like terms because they both have x and y as their variables, and both of the y variables are squared. And let's finish up by saying what unlike terms are. Unlike terms could be like 8 and 8b. So think to yourself, why are those unlike terms? Hopefully you can answer that. Those are unlike terms because the second term has a variable of b and the first one does not. Let's do another one. Negative 7x squared and 6x. So think to yourself, why are these not like terms? The reason these are not like terms is because the second variable of x does not have a power of 2. Now this statement here is important because this is part of the lesson that you'll need to progress. You now have an understanding of what a term is, a coefficient, and like and unlike terms. So it says here you can only add or subtract the coefficients of like terms. They must be like for you to add. When you add, you're adding the coefficients. So remember, coefficients are the number part of the term. So now we're going to try these examples. The first one, 2 and 3, the directions say simplify by combining like terms. So I'm going to explain 1, 2, and 3, and then give you some time to try 4, 5, and 6. Number 1, the first thing I want you to know, there are 2 terms there. There are 2 terms because it's separated by a plus sign. Both terms are like terms because they have the same variable to the same power. I'm going to add up their coefficients of 12 and 8. 12 plus 8 is 20. But you must carry down the variable to name the term. So this first one is 20x. When we go to number 2, there are 3 terms on number 2. Of those 3 terms, ask yourself which ones are like terms. The like terms in number 2 are the numbers by themselves. Negative 5, and I know that says a minus 2 over there, but once you get into higher level math, you realize a minus 2 is really a negative 2. So you may use your calculator if you need. Negative 5 minus 2, or negative 5 plus a negative 2 is negative 7. Now we combine the like terms, but we can't forget to carry down the plus 6y. And you stop there and don't go any further because negative 7 and 6y are not like terms. So the last one here, number 3, that I'm going to do with you, and then you try 4, 5, and 6. On number 3, there are 3 terms again. Of the 3 terms, negative 9m plus 4m, those are called like. They're called like terms because they both have the variable of m. I'm going to add their coefficients, negative 9 plus 4, which gives me negative 5. I must name the term that the negative 5 came from. It came from an m. And you can't forget to bring down the plus 3. And we stop there because those are like terms. So I'm going to stop talking for a minute here. And I want you to try 4, 5, and 6. I lied. I said I was going to stop talking. Just keep working. Some of you may remember this and are better than others at it. It's okay if you forget it. Just go back to what the definition of a like term is and only add coefficients of like terms. been about 40 seconds. I'm going to number 4. Number 4, you should have said to yourself, number 4 does not have any like terms. There are 2 terms there. They are not like. They're not like because one has a variable w and the other doesn't. So you can either circle it or do nothing to it because it is completed. On number 5, there are 4 terms total. The first one thing that I want you to realize is this negative right here is really a -1. So if you have to add that in, you add it in. That means you might need to add a -1 in over there to the right. Of the 4 terms, 3 of these terms have an x. So 3 of these are like. So you're going to add -1, you're going to add 3, and -1. That ends up as x. Now probably in years past, you probably write 1x. As you get to higher level math, we don't write the 1 next to the x. Is it wrong if you do write the 1? No. You will not see me write the 1s next to it. Don't forget to bring down the +4. Sorry for that interruption. So that means I will accept either this answer or this answer. And then we come to the last one. There are 3 terms. 2 of the 3 terms are like. And this is where I've encountered questions in the past. What do you write for 4k minus 4k? So let's talk about this. Some people want to put k. But if you put k, that is really 1k. But we don't have any k's because 4 minus 4 is 0. So that's wrong. Second, some people will put 0k, which looks like okay. And if you have 2 terms that are opposites, that always gives you 0, so you don't write it. So the final answer to number 6 is 6. Yes, you can have 1 term by itself without any variables. So let's go to the back now. I might have to move this for a second. Hold on. Okay, if you haven't turned to the back, go ahead and turn to the back. On the back, it says there are 3 sets of like terms shown above. Write the like terms on the lines below. So right here is 6x squared, which is written here. So the other like terms would be -x squared. And that's it. I'm going to cross that off. 12 is right here, which is there. 12, we're going to put -12. And then I'm going to put +1 because that's -12 and this is +1. Last of all, we have 5x, which is over here. So it's there. -9x -3x. So in this example, there are 3 sets of like terms. So what I want you to do is combine those 3 sets of like terms and see what answer you would get. So right below this, it says write a simplified expression by combining the like terms. So what answer do you think you should have? Hopefully you've been following along and you know that 6x squared minus x squared is 5x squared. 12 minus 12 plus 1 gives you 1. And 5x minus 9x minus 3x gives you minus 7x. And you do nothing else because these 3 are not like terms. So we're going to have to stop here and get video number 2 ready.